and your bonus action could be to attack, to cast a spell, to assist somebody else if they got stuck, to carry someone else if they're down, or something else if you want to be creative and come up with something. Basically the breakdown of what you see where you've kind of rounded through the forest on this path is there was an image I shared with everybody last week of this knight in dark armor on top of a dark steed with a long black lance pointed. And as you come around the bend, this knight is going to charge at you. The other thing that you know is directly behind them, because the map kind of showed this, there is this icy stretch on the road where it looks like either via magic or something, water that had been there has been frozen solid. It looks, from what you can see, without making perception checks or anything like that, it looks solid enough that you can get across it, but it is the only way to go at this point, and it is the last obstacle in this chase. So, the first question I have... Yes?
Just as a side comment, am I still concentrating? I forget if I lost concentration on enhanced ability in the last couple rounds last week.
Let's roll. I did not make a note about that, so let's make a luck check. So pick a die, pick high or low, call it, roll it, and if it is what you called, then you get it. If not, then it's gone.
All right, so you're talking like pick a D12, D8, D20?
Yep.
All right. I'll go D12, and so what, high is 7 and up, and low is 6 and down?
That works for me.
All right, I'll go high.
And...
Woohoo!
All right, so you still got it. You still got your concentration. All right, so the question I have for the group is, who was leading the charge? I know on the map, Nim had put herself on the green horse, but I'm not going to say Nim is in the front. So is there someone that you think is in the front?
Wasn't Torrent originally...
Are you saying Mel?
Or was it Mel? So I can't see the map because I don't have the internet right now. So
yeah, Mel and Kane were on the green horse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were crushing all their rolls. That's right.
Yes.
So,
Kane got 4 20s.
Yeah, it was
absurd.
Pretty gross, actually.
And it was using persuasion. So he was just whispering to this horse, and it was creepy, and Mel was so into it, and it was everyone else is kind of glad that they took off, but then that probably explains a lot of it.
If I remember correctly, wasn't Mel and Kane both sitting on the same horse but facing different directions? Yes.
Yeah. Mel was facing backwards.
That's right.
I thought we were facing each other.
Yes,
that's what I mean.
You were in front of Ezekiel, facing backwards.
Right, exactly.
All right, so in that case, Mel, this attack is going to come at you as this knight lowers his lance and charges at you. And I actually have a description of this guy that's pretty cool that I want to read.
Tell me.
Tell. Oh, yeah. So, hidden under gray plate armor is a tightly muscled man, his armor worn from many battles and humbly marked with symbols of sacred honor. This dude's eyes have a darkness like a judge laying sentences, and a broken helmet, cloven in the face, hangs from his belt. As he rears back the horse, whispers something to his lance. It seems to glow a bit. Oh boy. All right. Does a 21 hit you? This was rolled with advantage.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to take 9. You're going to take 13 points of damage, which means you're just going to take 1 one injury wound on the 6 boxes. Again, this will be explained later. As this guy rushes up and tears into you with his lance and actually runs right through the group, provoking from everybody if they want to try and take an attack.
Oh.
I'll
Do I have
try
a
and attack him.
I was essentially protecting my brother's body, and that's how I
just
took the hit.
completely wrapped around. He was aiming for Kane, and just
exactly. And I like throw myself,
and he's
around
just like
Kane to
with it.
protect Kane and take the brunt of the lance wound.
He's
I think
just
somebody
like
goes.
he's trying to get around you, and he's all right, fine.
I just feel like I feel like somebody in the party is like, "You're not fooling anyone, Mel. Shield my ass."
I feel like I've been completely honest this entire time. I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
No, everyone's just like, no, she was shielding him with her
She
body.
was.
Yes,
She was.
We are all aware of it.
Okay, so does anybody want to try to take an attack against this guy?
I will.
Okay. This will use up your reaction for this kind of cycle, but you can definitely take an attack. Let me know what you get when you roll.
Can spells be attacks of opportunity, or does it have to be a melee?
If you
weapon?
have Warcaster, which I
gotcha.
do.
All right, then I will swing with the rapier.
Okay, rapier.
Shit, what do I have?
And that's a no.
Well, tell me what you got. Some of this is still like
9.
low level. Oh yeah, no, never mind. You're right. 100%. You're right. That doesn't do anything.
All right. Let's get a deck save.
Oh, a deck save. Okay.
Let's see. Does it do anything?
Okay. Does a 19 do anything?
Yeah.
Or do you do anything with a 19?
No. In that case, no.
Okay. All right.
It's like, yeah, it does good job avoiding.
I was like, I've only got a +1 to this. Yes, I did. Okay.
Yeah.
So I passed. Okay. Anybody else going to take a swing, a swat, a spell?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kane's definitely going to have. I forgot that he's not here. Time to, can he do that? No. Or can he? What does he have? I don't even know what kind of character he is. Yeah, I know he's a paladin, but it's like, then it's like, I don't know. So, I think it's stuff where it's like, we don't know, or something. Roll?
Yeah, he's got a complicated backstory. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, wait, does he have a shield? He does, so it's one hand.
Well, I would say when you're riding on a horse, you probably
21.
can only do one hit.
Yeah,
21 is a hit. 20,
and that's
21,
4 damage.
21 complete or 21 like a crit with a +1.
Complete, just 21. Just
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a critical hit by a 20 and they had like a +1 modifier or something. That's what I was asking. So, because the difference was one damage box versus 2. Because remember, a critical hit was 2 damage. So or 2 boxes of damage. So that's why I asked the question.
But yeah, no.
All right.
It was not a crit.
So, all right. So that was Nim. Mel, you can react and swat out as well if you so choose.
That was Kane.
No. Sorry. So Nim cast a spell. It didn't do a thing.
Yeah. But then
so
Kane
Venice used
did that.
So Venice used a rapier. Did not hit. Kane hit him. Mel and Morak are left if they want to take an action, and Torrent as well. I will roll for Torrent.
Torrent doesn't give a shit.
No, Torrent. Although she's
fine with this.
she's panting badly, and it looks like she's dragging. She rolls a 15 on the die, which with her plus is a hit. So that's another hit against this guy.
See, there you go, pulling your weight. This is why we haven't left you behind yet.
I'm trying.
Good work.
I really am. I'm trying.
Yeah, and you're doing great. Look at that. I didn't hit him. Obviously, we've got the Bard. Missed. Just, I don't know how our interactions go. We'll figure that out.
To be announced.
Right.
But
I don't know how all of these... Anyway.
Anyways, so
from me.
So you could have reacted. You could have reacted as he rode by, because he kind of rode through everybody.
Then I guess I'll swing my Morning Star. Whoops.
Okay.
At him.
Okay, let's see what you get.
Ooh, 23.
No, I don't think that was. Oh yeah, that was my hit. To hit.
Okay, so that is another wound. You've got this guy almost to bloodied right now. As he rides through. Moruck, are you going to try to do anything?
He tried.
I did try.
Oh,
That's an
remember, yeah, okay. So
yeah, no, I know that. I had seen it, and then it was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll just relay it. Because I'm like, yeah, that's right. Tom doesn't have it, so.
I can't see. Yes. Okay, so, all right, so he rides up. He, like, skewers into Mel's back, seemingly trying to get Kane. Mel defiantly, like, uses her body to shield it, takes a wound from it. He rides by several of you, giving him not just glancing, but telling blows, and he starts to turn. It is your turn, guys. You can, if your first move will take you to the edge of the ice. If you decide to dash, it will take you across the ice. But we need to do this. You need to let me know how you do this. So first thing, roll your ride check. So remember, everybody's ride check is a DC 14. Except for Nim, it is a 16. And when you roll your ride check, you can use anything that you want for that. Like, we had people using strength, we had people using dex, we had people using like other things. So what do we got?
Not a 19 on the die. So Nim got a 9. Kane got a 15, so he passed. Moruck did not pass. We've got 2 remaining.
I think I did it. Was I doing dexterity checks? I think I was doing it that way.
I think that's what you were using, yes.
I don't know.
So
what one's your highest?
Whatever your highest stat is, or you can use strength or dexterity.
So it was
my highest is charisma, but I don't think that really works.
Right, exactly.
Well, remember, I said strength. Yeah, it's strength or dex for the move DC.
Yeah.
Okay. And okay.
Oh, but I have advantage on this. Aha.
And is it a skill check or is it a saving throw that we're doing right now?
It is. It's just a check. It's just a skill check.
Okay.
All right. So Savenis did not pass.
No.
All right. So Savenis, Nim,
I did not pass.
And also, okay, so just Kane.
Well,
this round.
So technically
you're actually, like controlling the horse. I just have to stay on it.
Yeah. So you fumble around. You don't fall off. So Kane has made it. Kane has made it. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I got to check. Oh yeah, Torrent makes it. Okay. So Kane and Torrent make it to the edge of the ice. You guys make it like halfway there. And then it's time to use dash actions. So if Kane wants to dash, he still has plenty of them and can use them if he so chooses.
I mean, what's going on with the guy who charged in?
It looks like he's turning around and is planning to charge back. But you guys look like if you can make it across the ice might be... As you get... Actually, you know what? Why don't Kane and Torrent give me a perception check? I'll roll for Torrent. Torrent doesn't see it.
So I just want to clarify how I'm envisioning it now. He charged in, ran by us, and so how far back is he from us right now?
So it looks like he's going to have to spend his turn charging back to get to you guys to potentially get one attack off. It was like he kind of double moved with his charge to to run through you at full force to potentially do way more damage. He didn't get that because it didn't work out with his rolls. He got a hit, but he didn't get the crit he was trying for. Full disclosure, he cast True Strike on himself, but it didn't grant him what he wanted. And so that's why he charged through you guys, allowing for the attacks of opportunity. You guys now have the chance, if you want, to try and get out. What did Kane roll for a perception check?
A 4. But is he
interestingly
within...
enough, that is the same number that Torrent rolled. Sorry, I just wanted to share that.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, we're crushing it. Everyone's actually, I don't think Mel threw a perception out.
Oh, that's right. Mel is with them, so might as well.
Yes. 20. I don't know how that happened because she was looking at her brother the whole time. But maybe the reflection off of his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, it glinted in the paleness of his eyes.
Austin Powers style.
Oh.
I am keenly perceptive when there's any threats against my brother.
Oh, that's fair.
What you notice is the ice over this waterway is thin, and it looks like only a certain amount of people are going to be able to cross it before it shatters and breaks. And you can't tell how many, but it looks like charging across this thing is probably the best bet, because if you just try to move normally, it may collapse underneath you.
I tell my brother that, and Kane and Torrent are the two horses that are ahead at this time, right? So
they are at the edge of the ice. Yes.
Our three allies are behind us, and so we'll be crossing this ice after us, correct?
Correct. Okay. Whereas you moved about 50 feet, they moved about 25. Let's say that, and then
lower as well
because of their failed roll. Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just really. Yeah, I'm not a druid. Definitely. Got it. So I'm going to shout out to them and make them aware. As we're crossing it, I'm going to gesture, thin ice.
What does that gesture look like?
I'm pointing down towards the ice that we are on, and I am motioning my arm in a long sweeping orientation in an arc saying
so listen, we started this game off saying that the characters had been introduced to each other and had been together for a while. So I think if you've got a weird this is thin ice mechanism movement, you've learned it. So I'm not going to make anybody have to try to figure that out. But I think that was a pretty good job. That was pretty good. Take some inspiration for that. Go ahead.
Thank you. I will.
Because I'm just like, thin ice. What does that even look like? What does that look like? So, okay. So what are you guys doing with your bonus actions? It looks like I said, if you guys, the people who aren't at the ice, if you decide to dash, you will get onto the ice, and it looks like this Black Knight would be able to catch up to you, potentially hitting one of you if it comes up, or you guys can try to stand your ground. You could try to dissuade the knight with something else, and then specifically for Torrent and for Kane / Mel, you guys could dash and make it across the ice right now if you wanted. So what do you want to do?
We definitely want to dash and make it across the ice.
Okay. So Kane and Torrent dash across the ice. I'm sorry, Torrent cannot dash. Torrent, for their bonus action, Torrent is going to cast a spell on herself. She's giving herself some guidance for next round, so she doesn't fuck up her roll and can make it across the ice.
Good thinking.
What about the rest of you guys? Also, full disclosure, she has failed some of her attempts to dash, which puts her right on the edge of potentially having to get a debilitating effect from dashing past what her total is.
Yeah. No, I don't think we're exactly there yet. I don't know. I'm thinking I might try and hit that guy. I think I've only got like one damaging spell. So I'm gonna go with Sacred Flame, deck save.
Okay. Oh, this is why you were asking range. Totally get him within range. It's fine. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's what you were looking for. So it's a save, deck save.
Yes.
Okay. That's a 16 plus 1. It's a 17.
Then you're good.
There's no. It's a full save. I thought you took half on Flame Strike.
Sacred Flame.
Oh,
It's,
not Flame Strike.
cantrip.
Sacred Flame. Okay. Yep. Okay. Never mind. I was thinking Pillar of Flame from the sky. I'm like, you can just get away with that? I didn't know that.
So flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. So it is that same sort of like
Effect.
vision.
It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's just not the pillar of fire coming down. Okay. Cool.
Right.
All right. So that was Nim. You've done it. Your turn is done. Kane, turn is done. Torrent's turn is done. Moruk and Sylvanas, what are you guys doing?
Riding forward.
Okay. With this dash, Sylvanas, you still have one left. This puts you on the ice. So you will now be on the ice.
you're on thin ice, buddy.
As your horse rides out and stops, well, you're still in motion, but like as you move onto the ice, you hear the ice start to like crack and crumble underneath you, like that. You can see like those hairline fractures starting to spread underneath your horse's hooves. Moruk, what are you doing for your bonus action?
I would like to. So it's either. Can I move up? Trying to figure out. Can I move up to the water?
If you want to
enough?
dash, if you want to dash to the edge, you could do that. But that would be the move action as the bonus action.
All right, so I'm not close enough. How far away would you say I am?
25 feet, if we wanted to put like a range on this, because your core move was 50 feet. If you fail the check, you only move half of that, so you're 25 feet forward.
All right.
So you're about 25 feet from the edge.
Can I cast Ray of Frost on the ice to like reinforce it?
Oh, I like it. Yes.
Right.
So Ray of Frost does what? 1d4 plus damage? What's the damage on Ray of Frost?
1d8.
Okay, so roll a d8 and tell me what you get.
6.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay, so it appear I'm not going to make you roll anything as far as to hit because it's just right there. You can point at it, hit it, no problem. And it seems to reinforce some of the cracks. Like there's almost like a rime that folds over it, almost like a frost heave of the ice itself growing and strengthening over it. However, it does still seem fairly thin. You may have bought yourselves some time. That was a cool idea. I like it. All right.
Thanks.
And then Sylvanas. Oh, sorry, that was Sylvanas. So that's everybody, right?
That was not. No, Sylvanas moved up. Yep. Nim tried to hit him.
Moruk.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So it is.
Before we go, I just wanted to say, did anyone else think that Tom was gonna say almost like a rhyme of like a frost, like a maiden? I don't know if anyone else was catching that as he was explaining it.
So I can't. I like the word rhyme. Like it's this cool idea that for me summons an image of like when the ocean's about to freeze and it's this gray water that's both like solid and liquid at the same time. And so that's what I think of. So I love the word, but I can't use it and now not think immediately rhyme of the frostmate. So you're right.
Right.
Like it was in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Black Knight's going to go. I'm going to roll a d6. Moruk, you are 1 to 2. Nim, 3 to 4. So Venice, 5 and 6. It is a 3. So Nim, this attack is coming at you. It does not have advantage because he's using both his actions to run up and try to get you with this lance. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Okay. So it glances by, and again, he's charging. So he now charges, and he's at the line on the ice. So he's kind of between you and everybody else. However, as he charges by, if people want to try to take attacks at him, you can.
I mean, dex save.
Dex save. All right. Fail. It's a 5.
Nice. So, is that just one mark?
Yes. He is now bloodied.
Okay. He's got a bunch of those. Uh-oh.
He's got a bunch of stuff, yes. All right. Moruk and Sovenis, do you want to try and do... Oh, no, Sovenis, I'm sorry. You're on the ice. Moruk. So, Sovenis, you dodged a bullet, actually, because I made you one of the people to hit, and I shouldn't have. But anyway, so Moruk, do you want to try to take a strike or something at him?
I was going to bring that up if it didn't roll on me.
When we're done with the session tonight, I'll send you the picture of what I'm using to track all this. And you guys can be like, oh, that's why you didn't know that. Okay. So, so Moruk, did you want to do like a reaction or something?
Hey guys, this is Morok, and now I'm reacting to...
This is a Moruk!
Is he like, it's like a 5-foot opportunity attack, right?
Yeah, as he rides by, yes.
Best I have is dagger, so I'll do that.
Reach into the robes, pull out this
That's
dagger,
just
swing.
advantage. Hold on. I've equipped it, and then I can do the 2-hit. Right here. I don't think I hit. No.
What'd you get?
A 10.
Oh no, not a hit. Definitely not a hit. He does have armor on. Just saying. And actually, Moruk, I would like you to make an Arcana check as you swing out at him.
That, but not today. 11.
With an 11, that same sort of like dark feeling about this individual, you get that there's something there, but as far as what or how much or whatever, you're like, that's weird. This guy's got some magics about him. All right, so Kane and Mel, you guys are safe on the other side of the ice. You have crossed effectively. You have to make any ride checks. You can effectively take an offensive action if you want to cast a spell or do something. But you are safe. You are across from it. I'm going to roll for Torrent to see if she can make it across. I really hope she can. Yes, she does. The guidance was necessary. And so Torrent is now safe. And so that leaves Sovenis. So Kane and Mel, is there anything that you want to do from the other side of the ice?
Eldritch Blast.
As an action, we get an action right now.
You technically you'd get 2 actions.
Yeah.
But because of 5th edition rules, if you're going to attack, effectively that's the action. So
Okay.
12.
That is a miss.
Yeah.
And how far away is...
He's roughly, I'm going to say about 50 feet away or so right now.
Does it look like one of my comrades is closer to him and more likely going to be in melee combat with him?
Well, from the way that you were writing, maybe you caught the glancingest of views of this when you tore yourself away from Kane's eyes. and saw that the Black Rider or the Dark Rider tried to hit Nim, but rode by
Okay.
Nim and is now at the edge of the ice. So Venice is outside the range and is on the ice, but that means that he stands between like the escape space that you're in and Moruk and Nim currently.
Okay. So then I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Nim.
Okay.
And
That gives her
I
disadvantage on moving? Okay, great. Just kidding.
It's a +2 to her AC.
AC?
Yeah. That is a bonus action.
Nice.
But I don't
Yeah.
think I don't have anything. I don't have an action that I can do right now. My brother's not hurt, is he? There's no damage.
Currently,
got hit once.
he's been hit once, and so.
That's right. We're doing that thing box.
So if you choose to heal him,
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna say it takes care of that wound.
Okay.
Right now, your brother, you, Moruk, Sylvanas, and Torrent all have one wound mark, or one of your boxes has been checked.
Okay. Then I'll cure wounds. Well, cure wounds is a level 1, and Shield of Faith is a level 1. Shield of Faith is a bonus action. Cure wounds is an action. Am I able to do that in one turn?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as one of them was a bonus action and one of them was an action, I believe as a caster you can do that. Or unless Kevin's going to clarify and tell me that only.
No,
only
cool
more
DMs
casters.
allow it.
Then you know what? Cool.
You're spending your spells. Technically, it's only supposed to be one spell. But
I thought there were.
That's
I thought
stupid.
that there was a. Yeah, I thought there was a rule that you had to do like. You know what? It doesn't matter. You used a bonus action and an action. Down.
if
it's
you
great.
use a bonus as a spell, you have to use a cantrip as the action, which is stupid for limiting for some reason.
Yeah. You know what? I'm fine with this. I think it's nothing about this was overpowering. So yes, this happens,
Cool.
and
That's
I've okay, and I've taken off the wound on Kane. Okay, so all right, Mel, is Kane doing anything?
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that was the Eldritch Blast.
Oh, and it was a miss. That's right, it was a miss. Okay,
Right.
All right. So Kane, Mel is done. Torrent has made it safe. I'll just go to you next, Sylvanas. I mean, if
I'm
somebody else
going
wants go
to
first.
try and get across this with a riding check.
All right, DC 14 check.
Woohoo! Thank God for that that spell, the enhance abilities spell. Love it.
Well, how about thank God for a nice DM that said roll for luck to
That
see if you
too.
still have it.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
saying,
you.
just saying. So, all right. So you are now safe on the other side. Is there anything you want to do as a bonus action? Remember, attack, spell, whatever.
I'm not sure I have any bonus action attack spells. I do
you
not.
can literally because of the way that we're doing this.
Oh.
You can, as your bonus action, cast a spell.
Oh, then I will cast an Eldritch Blast
Okay.
at the attacker.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit. So that is another box that's been checked. What were the categories again? There's bloodied. No, sorry. There's what were the three? There's critical, bloodied, and
wounded.
Wounded. So you're past wounded.
How quickly you
past
forget,
bloodied.
Tom. We spent hours on that.
Working this out. I know. And, well, so to be fair, some of the other games I play in, players like the idea of coming up with new terms for each of the levels. Like, I'm okay, not so good, I'm fucking hurt. Like, those are some of the other like
I'm
descriptions.
talking
we've had.
about
So
Arcane Yeti,
yeah. So I'm talking about Arcane Yeti. Fair.
the game
Okay.
we were making.
I know. So in that case,
Anyway.
he is now critically hurt with that
Nice.
hit, and you are safe. So Nim and Moruk, you guys can ride and get out on the ice. However, if provided you make your checks. If you do not make your checks, your first ride will get you to the edge directly next to this Dark Knight. The other thing that will
Good for
happen
me.
is if you do ride by him, it will provoke an attack of opportunity on one of you from him. So make your ride checks and figure out what you want to do, or do something else. Up to you.
Yeah, let's make sure I get it this time. Make that check. Get out of the way. I can't see. Damn it. Alright, I have an idea, so I have to re-roll. Better not blow this, you ass. It's the same fucking number. Fail, so I just run up. Before I get there, I'll cast Sacred Flame on this guy, and then I'll come up and just, go next to him.
All right.
Try
Does
and
a
shield Moruk.
Does a 15 pass?
Yes.
All right. So no damage from the flame strike. You are now
Correct.
right at the ice, right next to him. Now, so that was your move, and that was your bonus action, correct? So you're right there.
Yes.
Okay. Moruk, what are you doing?
This is for the bonus action.
No, so this is the start of your everything. So if you're gonna try to ride one way or another, make your ride check, and then you can decide how far you go.
Do they have a higher DC or a lower DC if there's more than one of them riding over the thin ice at one time?
So far, no one's had to make a DC check on the ice. Just
okay.
the DM's been tracking something.
Okay. I might kind of say out loud, there might be an additional risk if more than one of you is on the ice at the same time.
Don't die, stupid. That's basically what that translates into. All right, so Moruk, what are you doing?
I'll go on the ice. I'd like to
Well, so first, can you make that check? Make your ride check.
Oh, ride check. 10. Yeah. 10.
So with a 10, you make it to where Nim is. You are right at the edge of the ice, right next to Torrent. However, you
He
still
was
have your
already
bonus
at the
action.
edge of the ice. He had made his check before. That's why he was able to stab the guy. Am I misunderstanding that?
Yeah, it already.
I think so.
Because I've been failing all my checks. So I fell back 25 feet. And then Moruk was at the ice. And
I think I've been failing.
No. So far
Okay.
we've made 2 ride checks. On the first ride check, Moruk, Nim, and Sylvanas failed. So you only moved 25 feet closer to the edge of the ice from where you started, which was 50 feet away. So
No,
for your bonus
I'm okay.
action,
We can move forward. I thought I was thinking. I'm okay with it.
Okay, all right, cool. I'm like, I think I have this.
Yeah,
So, all right, so
I don't want to disrupt it, and I haven't really been keeping track. I just thought that that's what it was. if I was actually really keeping track, then it's like okay. But anyway.
Okay, so Kevin, don't take this the wrong way, but okay, gal.
I don't. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. All right, yeah. All right, so
what?
So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so earlier text. See earlier text. So, anyways, Moruk, you have moved up. You're at the edge of the ice. Nim is at the edge of the ice. The Dark Rider is the edge of the ice, but you still edge of the ice. You still have your bonus action to take.
So is he really close? Because
I'm saying so. You're roughly in the same space. You could use your dash action to make it across the ice right now, if you wanted to, and escape, but it would provoke from him.
we're that close. Okay. I'll need to think about that. I'm not sure what I want to do for the bonus. Yeah. Well, Mind Sliver. He needs to make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh no, I don't think I have any bonus to this at all. Let me just double check. A minus. I have a minus to this. Does a 4 pass? I'm gonna say
Four
no.
doesn't.
No. So that's another damage. And is there an additional effect that happens besides damage?
Yeah. Let's see. So he takes. I don't know what that is. Only 1 point of psychic damage.
It's still damage, so a box is checked.
And 1d4. Subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn.
Okay. All right.
Could we have had? Oh, that stinks. Could he have gone first?
You know what? Yeah. Why don't we? Because we didn't know what we didn't know, and this is all happening at the same time. Yeah, I think so. So, I think I had rolled a 15.
It was 15. You said, right?
15.
Yeah.
Right. So roll a d4. Kevin, roll a d4, or TJ, whoever wants to do it, because it was TJ's spell, and then whatever you roll, subtract that from the 15 to see if that works.
Wow. I'm rolling fantastic today.
Was it a 1? Was it a 1?
It was a 1.
Okay, so does a 14 still pass your save?
It is a 14, so I think so, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Stays the same.
So,
okay.
Stays the same. So you know what? It was a great thought. It was a great thought, but unfortunately,
75% chance.
Do either of you have inspiration that maybe, or actually,
no?
Does Moruk have inspiration?
I use that failing to ride the horse.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Okay. So it goes to the Dark Rider. The Dark Rider throws down the lance, just drops it, pulls out this great sword, and is going to try and hit Moruk and then swing back across and hit to hit Nim. That said, Nim, you currently have a +2 to your AC. All right. So the first number that came up was a 10. And so I'm guessing that a 15 doesn't hit Moruk. Or maybe it does. I don't know.
15 doesn't.
Does not hit. Okay.
Wait.
So Moruk.
Yeah. No. Does not.
Does not. All right. So this sword comes at you, and either you glide out of the way, or he's just reaching too far, and it just, the tip of it maybe touches the edge of like your robe, making like a little split in the hem, but it misses. But as he whips it around his head and comes back over at Nim, that was a natural 20. And so with 5 that's a 25. So I don't think that your AC is going to be more than that, correct?
Nope.
Even with the +2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So effectively, this comes through and it just cuts into your shoulder, and like you can feel the blade sink in and then as he rips it back, the gash pulls out, and you just like your left arm just starts to go a little slack from the hit. I'm going to put 2 wound markers on Nim. Nim, this is your first 2. You had none prior to now.
Mm-hmm.
And that is his turn. He can't do anything else. So it goes back to the team. What does the team do?
Can I try and cast another Eldritch Blast at this guy?
You absolutely can.
Awesome. Ooh, does 16 hit?
A 16 is the AC.
Oh.
And with that hit, as he's pulling the sword back again to maybe swing at Nim again, this like eldritch energy shoots across, hits him in the chest, sort of like vibrates for a second, and you just see like his body tighten up and then go slack and fall out of the horse's saddle. As he falls out of the horse's saddle, I'll have both Nim and Mo give me an Arcana check.
That's
Hey,
a nat 1 for a 2.
Ooh, good.
And a
good.
14.
Okay, and actually, I'd give it to Sylvanas too, because Sylvanas, you were the one who immediately concentrated and tried to react after Nim got just sort of like broadsided.
A nat 1 as well.
Oh, gee. Well, you're getting them out now, I guess. And so, Moruk, you see like that sort of weird energy that you had seen as his body like fails and falls and drops to the ground. There's this moment where his face. Do you remember in the Matrix, like the first Matrix movie, where there'd be this moment where like their face would go all like crazy and like wiggly and everything, and then they'd come back and be themselves? You see something like that, and this darkness, like almost like this like vapor, comes out of his mouth, and then just dissipates. But like, it doesn't dissipate like a breath. It dissipates like something that comes out as a mass and then just floats away. You're not entirely sure what you've just seen, but you did just see something leave this body. That said,
but
good.
Did it dissipate? Like, it's not like floating away or anything?
Well, from what he saw was this sort of vaporous mass came out as like a last exhalation, and then maybe it disappeared instead of dissipating. Maybe dissipating is the wrong word. It's not there anymore. Like it's just not there anymore. As this happens, and Moruk, you're kind of taking this in because you see it behind you. Just hear this like. By the way, that noise is freaking out one of my cats. Like he's in the other room looking at me like, "What is that?" And there was a sort of a captain or like a leader figure that you guys saw way back at the beginning of the gauntlet when you started, and you guys all can hear this like this barking command. And I won't make you make perception checks. I'll just tell you that you just hear black horses, fall back, and you see behind you from the trees some of the figures that had been taking pot shots at you guys as you were racing through kind of just melt back either into the forest or just jump on horses and take back going in the other direction, headed back towards Gate Pass. And it seems like for the moment you've passed the gauntlet, but there still is this river of ice between you and the fire forest. What do Moruk and Nim want to do?
All right.
Just do me a favor. Both of you give me an intelligence check. I feel so weird right now saying that to the two of you. just after every time that TJ has said that in Tomb. Give me an intelligence check. Just give me an intelligence check.
We're dyslexic of each other. 12 and a 21.
Guess who got which?
Right.
We can't tell.
Did you get? we can't tell. They're the same number. So one of you, not to name names, one of you recognizes that this guy seemed like a pretty big deal, and maybe you want to look at the body before you try dealing with crossing the river. And as a bonus action, one of you can search the body if you want.
Sure. I will do that.
You're going to make all of your characters shadow-based. Every single one from now on.
I can't escape the darkness.
All right. So what you find on this person's body are 2 potions of healing and a pouch containing 350 gold pieces.
Nice. We're
Yeah.
rich.
We're rich, bitch. And so it now goes to ride checks to try to get across the ice. So who wants to go first? Remembering that Nim, you now just have the 1 ride check because you used your bonus action.
Yeah, Morak, you can take it first. He got a 21.
All right, 21. You are able to move halfway across the ice. Oh, no. I'm sorry. You guys were at the edge. Again, this fucking diagram. All right. Morak, you're safe. You're fine.
Oh, I got to the other side.
Yes, you are safe.
Oh.
And you have a bonus. You have a bonus action if you want a bonus action. In fact, at this point, if you want to cast Ray of Frost one more time, I'm going to tell you that you will avert any potential danger of anybody falling in if you want to do that.
Neat. I definitely will.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
wait.
And just for sake of my own
good.
sanity.
I maxed the damage.
So it was another 6, or was it 8?
8 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So this ice. I'm just gonna. You guys have escaped. You are fine. I will give you some information about what happens next as you go through this. You have passed through the gauntlet. This particular area, as a hazard, started with 6 damage markers. If you rode across the ice, it X'd off one of them. If you stopped on the ice, it cost 2. So when by the time Torrent, Kane/Mel, and so Venice had made it across, you basically had like 1 marker left, and then the thing was going to break on the next person who stepped on it. And then you're like, what if I cast Ray of Frost? And I was like, yeah, it only does 1d4. You won't get much. And you're like, 6 more. I went, well, I think they're safe. And then you get across, and I'm like, you could just do that again. And you're like, 8 more. I was like, yeah, this isn't going to melt forever. It's fine. You're good. So, good job, guys. So that was some modified chase mechanics. I know it took we only had like an hour and 15 minutes last time and whatever. But thanks for checking that out. I hope that was mildly enjoyable. And I will tell you what happens next. As you ride past the ice bridge, heading ever forward towards the fire forest, you start to see, as you get within a mile of said forest, a glow. The sky ahead starts to have a faint red sort of like ombre orange in the air, and the air itself smells like ash. The frigid winter temperatures that you've been dealing with up until now start to warm noticeably, and red flowers appear dotting the roadside amid yellowed grasses. As you continue to ride on, ash and cinder seems to drift in the sky. It's almost like that scene in the very first How to Train Your Dragon when he goes to Dragon Island, and it's like the coolest 3D movie effect I've ever seen, because I had the goggles on and it felt like the ash was just hitting you in the face. It was the best. It was awesome. As you continue, cliffs along the road turn into craggy hills, and the fire forest itself comes into view. Tall pine trees stretching down into a valley that burns to the horizon. As you continue on, a steaming river appears, marking the border between where you are and the fire forest itself. In the wake, or in the space between where you are and that, is a vast field of ash. Black, gray, and white soot coats the ground in every direction you can see before you. And as you near into the last quarter mile before that river and the forest itself, you see what appears to be a young girl in the road. But before we deal with that, anybody who has been trained in Arcana, not just I can roll a dice, but you actually have it, can make an Arcana check.
22.
All right, 22 is more than enough. As you near the fire forest, there is this emanating arcane energy that prevails everything. Now, part of this kind of makes sense. Like, how could a forest burn for decades and not be done burning? Like, just ever burning? Obviously magical. But whatever that effect is, it has permeated and spread into this area as well. And there is a weakly enhanced fire magic effect on this area. Now, some of you have already encountered that with the firebombing that happened in Gate Pass, where fire spells seem to be modified and potentially do slightly more damage. So just know that if you're planning to cast or are under the effect of fire spells. Now, as stated before, as you continue to ride on, there appears to be a young woman staggering about in the middle of the road. As you near even further, you see... I thought somebody was jumping in. You see...
So I was going to. I'm going to derail it. Sorry. No, go.
Right.
I already did. Anyway, because you said in the middle
Yes.
of the road.
Nice.
And she said...
And she said... Wait. Hold on.
Only for
Over to the bard. Yeah.
Wait.
Right.
And she says... Wait, you're killing it. Wait. And she says... The scourge comes, and the skulls of the dragon pursue you. I saw it in a dream. I had to scream. She shakes her head and says, I'm coming to see. What just happened?
Is this all real? Is that canon?
This is all canon. That's what she just said.
Oh my... Okay.
She literally just said, the scourge comes and the skulls of the dragon pursue you. I saw it in a dream. Then I made up some words, and then she comes to, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, people on horses. Behind her, you see about a half mile, about a half mile from the forest, but maybe a few hundred feet set back off the right of the road, is a small farm consisting of a 2-story stone house, an adjacent barn, and what looks like a pair of simple stone cairns. As this woman kind of is like, oh, horses. What do you guys do?
Are you okay?
Obviously not. I just was summoning the spirit of Tenacious D. My name is
You can never
Kristen,
be destroyed.
Well, maybe my songs can't, but I feel my body can. But my name is Kristen.
Destroyed. Hello, Kristen.
Hello.
What is it that brings you out here?
Oh, well, sometimes I go about my duties and I guess the spirit overtakes me. Ooh, and stuff.
What duties do you have?
Well, I mean, that's gross. It's what I do in the bathroom. That's my own business.
Right.
Indeed.
You're the one who used that word.
You're the one who called it up. But,
Tom,
she goes,
don't
no,
even-
I live here with my father. Sometimes I'm tending to the farm and I kind of wander off. It happens sometimes. I don't know. It's just these lands. Sometimes it happens to me. In fact, your shoulder looks like it's going to fall off. Do you need care or aid? I'm happy to help.
Yes, that's correct. It did take quite a shot in the last battle.
Well, please. I mean, come to the house. We'll see what we can do. At least we can give you a place to rest.
I'll look at everyone, see what their kind of thoughts are on this. You know, just kind of like, should we go?
Could use a rest.
All right.
Classic bard.
I'm tapped out with spells.
Would you like to ride on the horseback or?
No, I can walk. We'll go slowly so your shoulder doesn't literally fall off of itself. It looks pretty bad. It looks like you're pretty badly hurt.
It looks worse than it actually is.
Do you have hot chocolate?
Well, we live very close to the fire kingdom, so the fire forest. So if we have chocolate, we obviously can make it. The fucking Emperor Izo, he's such a jerk. I've recently started watching Avatar with my daughter again. I know I've told some of you this, and it's all fresh. Like, it's just all fresh. So Fire Forest, not Fire Nation. Okay. So she leads you back to the house, to the farm, I should say, and as you guys walk back by, there's several kind of like grassy hillocks. The house itself is surrounded by like a grass and stone hedge, so it looks like stone that's been stacked up in some like viney branches that have grown around it. The house itself is some 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. So roughly like 40 by 20 feet, give or take. It's a simple structure. And behind the house are those sort of like stone cairns, and there's an old wooden stable in the back that's sort of set against one of those rising hillocks that goes up some like 10, 15, maybe even 20 feet in some areas. As she opens the door and you guys step inside, which I assume you do, aside from a few old cloth decorations, all the furniture in this house is made of stone, which looks potentially magically shaped. A small hearth crackles with 2 bright fire, and beside it an old man sits on a stone bench, perusing a book, smoking a long stem, and coughing incessantly. A finely crafted warhammer hangs on the wall over the fireplace's mantle, and surrounding this entire room as you kind of come into this great room are countless beautiful like masterwork painter paintings all over the wall. And as the door opens and you guys start to step in, the old man kind of turns and he sort of like takes the drag on his pipe and he's like, Christian, who are these people? Why are you bringing them in here? And Kristen is like, so I found them on the road. They seem to need aid. And, well, I offered it to them. Isn't that what we should do? I guess so. Just don't bleed on the furniture. He kind of turns back towards the fire.
Where should I bleed?
What do you just immediately go?
Yeah, I just
everywhere.
I just turned to Kristen. Where should I bleed then?
Just everywhere.
No,
Just
not on the furniture. That was
right
the one thing that he asked.
Bleed right in the fire. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And so I think to kind of like create this scenario, you guys are now in what appears to be a safe place. You guys can try to rest if you want to. You can have conversations with Kristen and her dad, whose name is Haddon, Haddin, Haddon. And what I would say is, what are you guys looking to do with regards to rest? Tell me, and I can kind of tell you guys what is maybe available to you or not. I know somebody said they were tapped out on spells, but for certain classes that means needing a long rest, some is a short rest. So what are you guys thinking about?
I think if I'm guessing correctly, I think Eric and I are thinking about the notes that we're taking right now.
Yeah.
Because I hear him clicking away as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, all I hear is.
I could definitely use a rest in order to get my spells back because I'm pretty tapped out on a bunch.
Okay. She
So-
says. I mean, we have several spare beds. They're not much. They're just sort of like hay pallets that you can use, but provided no one comes to bother us, which no one usually does way out here near the fire forest. You're welcome to. Hayden is sort of like, yeah, just don't eat our food.
Gracious host.
I'm immediately
Alright.
gonna go find one of those beds and lie down
Okay.
for a long rest.
Same.
What kind of food did they have?
Not
I'm
chill
also
food.
currently still bleeding.
So Kristen would come up, Kristen would come up to you. By the way, Kristen is the weirdest Kristen ever. It's Crystin.
That is a weird Kristen.
It's a weird Kristen, yeah. So, Kristen? Are you Kristen? So Kristen would kind of like tug Morak and say, shh, I can get you some food. Just, he'll go to sleep in a little while. It'll be okay.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. I go on. What kind?
I'm working on it. Give me a sec.
What do you have though?
Are you like
Don't bring me
allergic?
crap.
Are you allergic to anything? Like, what can't you eat?
I don't know, but I heard you had hot chocolate. You said.
Oh, I'll work on that. For sure.
All right, cool. Just kind of.
Also, I am lactose intolerant.
All right. Also, I'll die
What?
if you bring it.
I was actually gonna bring up something about the fact, like, once he asked for hot chocolate, I'm like, can orcs even eat chocolate?
They're not dogs, man. Come on.
Chocolate and grapes.
They're not dogs. What? Jesus.
That's the lamest way to kill off a character.
I'm sorry. I just think it was.
They had that in Family Guy one time where Brian's at a table like in heaven, and he's there with like Ernest Hemingway and fucking Kurt Cobain or whatever.
Cobain and somebody else. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they're just
chocolate.
like, I couldn't take it, because blah blah blah, and so I shot myself in the head and I kill myself because they each have their own reasons of being like just way too like advanced.
weight
And then
of
Brian's
my
like, I got
greatness.
into some chocolate in the garbage.
The garbage. Okay. All right. So you guys all settle in, and Kristen brings people food who needs it. Haddon like continues to hack for a while. If anybody wants to interact with them before resting, you can do that. It is kind of weird that there's when I said really good paintings on every inch of the wall, I mean like going to like the MFA in Boston, that kind of like level of painting on every inch of the wall in this house, which is weird. Also, really ornately like magically carved stone furniture in this very simple house. And Kristen brings some hot chocolate to Morak. Morak dies immediately, so roll up a new character. No, that is a joke. That is a joke. No, this is not that. This is not that same scenario. The asshole in the city that we had to deal with, that we thought we made friends with, and then poisoned all of us. That's not this. But you see that like Hayden is very gruff, and he sees that Kristen is like helping you guys, and there is kind of this like cultural hospitality motif that exists here. Maybe not in Regesia, but in other places. Like there's, I've always found this fascinating in Norse mythology. Norse culture, like old Viking culture, required that if a stranger came to your door and knocked and said, "I need a place to sleep and food," you had to do it because it could literally be a god coming to your door, and if you didn't do it, they would murder you. So, and I just feel like that's just a really interesting cultural phenom. You're not being good because you want to be good. You just don't want to get killed by a god. So yeah, here's some food on this person.
Did he have to, disguise himself as my old college roommate and stay here for 3 fucking months?
He didn't.
Just kill me, Loki.
He did. He did now. He did now. So anyways, so there is this cultivation, but all of you do observe that Hayden or Haddon, however you want to say it, he's a bit gruff and maybe a little too terse with Kristen, and Kristen is very acquiescing, if not like domicile to whatever he says. If he's like, go over and do that, and she like immediately goes and does it. He's like, you gotta go, blah, 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 and he's like, she goes and does it, whatever. And you guys kind of all observe this, or at least hear it, and the sort of reaction there is. And there's never a rebuttal or a question from Kristen with regards to anything that Hayden is saying. And if nobody wants to do anything, eventually, like, Hayden gets up, and you hear like the shuffling of an old man, and like he goes into a room, and the door closes, and then eventual snoring that I can only imagine is what Kevin had to suffer through in Cincinnati. So you're welcome.
And since then, I've gotten earplugs. So next time,
how did you know,
when
Kevin,
it was in Maine,
just so you know, just so you know, that was just building for this story moment. I was just cultivating a memory, so you'd be ready for this story moment.
This whole thing has been a game to me.
Everything is
our friendship is just a D&D session.
And so, yeah, so you guys can rest if you want. Is anybody not going to do a full rest? Maybe do a short rest, and wants to do watch just in case, or you guys tell me what you want to do.
I mean, I would. I think everyone's going to be looking to take a long rest, but I would be. I'd want to kind of stay up a little bit and talk to Kristen. Ask about the paintings and the furniture, where they get them, what they kind of do around here in terms of what do they survive off of? Is it, trade, and what do they do and make? Is it just the furniture and, paintings, and also like what's the environment and area like around, and like what's it like living by the fire forest? It's just kind of like the general kind of stuff, and I know we're just kind of going, so it's like just throwing it all out.
Yeah, no, that's cool, and I'll have her respond to you. What's everybody else doing? Are they crashing out immediately, or what are you guys doing?
Aside from the artwork, what else is going on in the house? Because you said there's all this artwork. Is there any meaning behind it? Do we notice there's any like thing that could be foreseen as like a prophecy almost? But
well, so interesting. At the very start of this game, I asked people if they wanted to take backgrounds that were specific to this game. And I think Kevin was the only one with his sort of backstory and whatnot that took the Inquisitor background. No one took the Gate Pass background, unless I'm forgetting. Correct?
Okay. Eric and I had a school.
Yep. You guys did the school.
I'm gonna tell you real quick which one I picked. Hold on, it might have been Gate Pass.
If it's
the one
Gate Pass,
used to be the military in the area.
I don't think that was gate pass. I think that might have been like military as a background.
Oh, I think I did thieves.
Military.
Well, there's
Yep, gate pass military. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah, I know there was something that we were. So there's a lot of
No,
different
the
things,
resistance. That's
Tom,
what it
where
was.
like the Inquisitor isn't
Mhm.
actually even a real background like thing. It's just like, oh,
No,
you
but
were
I'm
just an
giving-
Inquisitor.
But so I'm sorry. So like I'm giving you access to knowledge without having to make checks because of
No.
that as your backstory.
No, I know.
Sorry.
And I'm just putting this out there because I know where you're going with it, and it's just something where it's like, I know that we've talked about it where, you know, if it makes sense, like, oh yeah, no, actually we were part of the Gate Pass military. I know, I think Mel, our background thing is I know something that she had done in like a battle or something, and I didn't know if like where she was. I don't know if she was from Regesia. I know I was.
Yeah, so,
sort of
so
thing.
this-
So like just
So I think for this specific moment, instead of like unraveling all of our backstories in the moment, what I would say is if nobody took the specific gate pass background, that's okay. But anybody who's up, or notices this with the question, so Venice, you were the one that asked this. I will allow you to make a check, but I'm going to make it more difficult than what it is because you didn't take that. But you guys have been in Gate Pass; you're aware of it, so I think it's there. So, Kevin, I'm going to give you a different check because of interactions that you may have with Kristen.
Okay.
So those are those two. So we know Savenis. Savenis is like, "What is this?" Before I fall asleep. Nim is like, "Let's chat, Kristen. How about Kane, Mel, and Moruck?" Torrent just like goes to pass out. And truth be told, like her entire stat sheet, I'm missing half of it, so I feel like I'm doing you guys a disservice. Like I have what I think I need, but like just I'm trying to do the best I can with her for the moment. What is Mel, Kane, and Moruck doing tonight, or have you guys just gone to bed? And like I said, Moruck, you did get your hot chocolate and some. Do you prefer ox stew or just a vegetable palette for your dinner?
Ox.
Okay, so you get hot chocolate and ox stew. Which, by the way, having had ox stew and not had hot chocolate with it, I kind of want to have that now. I want to enjoy that, but.
So I think Mel had said she was going to lie down. I think Kane probably would too, and then I imagine that Mel ends up rolling over the floor and ending up,
Hey, bro.
you know,
I
don't know how-
we started cuddling. That's how we started.
okay. Well, just when you,
Cuddly.
That's
Okay,
gross.
when-
That's gross.
all right. So I
I'm
imagine
just
you were just
imagining-
still like clung
Stop
on him
judging us.
just like you were on the horse.
I just.
And it's like, brother, I'm tired.
There's a moment at some point in this battle or this entire campaign where I'm just going to be like, the big bad in this instance looks at the two of you, and you two are just like holding hands, and it's like, but what's that about? No, what is that about? That's not cool. What is this? But anyways,
See, I don't
Okay,
even
so-
I don't even see it as like
I'm the only
Kane
one that
like
understands him.
I
Oh,
like
boy.
I don't
Alright.
even and I may be wrong, you know, and it's not even my character, but just my thought was just that Kane like just existed there while Mel was like all over him, but he just like doesn't even like he obviously registers that it's happening, but he just doesn't react to it and just like lets Mel like do that. If that's not correct, then that's fine.
I have, you know what? I have some reference material that I'm just putting in the bank for at some point when Chris is part of this. They're going to be like, boom, this. But anyways, okay. Mel and Kane, gross, off to the side. So Venice, I'm going to have you make a check. Moruck, what are you doing after you have your hot chocolate and
They don't even go off to the
ox
side.
stew?
I'm full. I'm happy. I go to bed.
All right, you go to bed. So
Has a
let's
tough
start
time
with
sleeping.
yeah. There's a lot of noise.
This is your
So
dad
Venice,
now.
roll me a history check.
All right, that's better. 13, but
Okay, so 13 total.
yeah, 13 total.
With a 13, the name Hayden like kind of finally like chimes a bell in your memory. And you realize that like several years ago, like 15, 20 years ago, maybe, there was a very skilled and respected artist in Gate Past whose name was Hayden. You're not sure of his last name. But there was some sort of like scandal or something that happened that made him fall out of favor. And he hasn't really been like heard of or seen since. Like you just can't remember what it is, but there's that's what you've got, and that's about all I think you're going to get with that check for tonight.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you want to do before you crash out?
No, that's pretty much it. Unless there was something else lying around that seems odd, but other than that, yeah, that's pretty much what I was planning to do.
Okay. I think you'll at that point, so you'll find a bed, you'll go to sleep, and I'll cut back to the conversation between Kristen and Nim. And Kristen kind of like is sitting there, like sort of like tending the fire, making sure it doesn't go out, just sort of like looking listfully at it. And Nim, you come over and sit down and you kind of ask her whatever you're going to ask her. And she kind of like tells you that she's tired of being here. Like she wants to leave, but her dad doesn't want to let her leave, and she doesn't want to leave her dad. And the longer that they stay here, the longer this place is just death. Like the reason he coughs all the time isn't because of the pipe, but because of being here and just like sucking in soot every day is just destroying his lungs. Like you go to tend the fields, you're basically like dining on it. But she just can't get out. She just can't get out. Is there anything else you want to like ask or like question or say?
What keeps you here? Not you, but both of you.
I don't know, but there's just this force, this concerted like thing that just makes it be that I can't leave, that we can't leave, I guess. And as long as he's here, I don't want to leave him. I want to leave, but I don't want to leave him.
Right.
He needs me.
And why?
And as oh, go ahead.
Does he not have? Does he not feel what this land is doing to him, and what it would do to you?
I think maybe this has been his home for so long that he doesn't know another one. And what I'm going to have you do, Nim, is roll me a history check as well.
Okay. 16. Wait, what? What? Why are you doing that? What the fuck? Why'd you say 13? It's a 15 plus 1. And it said 13. That's not a 12.
That's not
I don't-
that's not good math either way. But
I don't
Um,
know why it did that. Fucking.
well, so whatever the case is, all of those numbers
So 13.
combined, all of those numbers, whichever one works out, you do remember something. So much akin to what Sylvanus was thinking before he fell asleep. About 20 years ago, there was a skilled artist in Gate Pass whose name was Hayden Jalaffa. 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 And Hayden was skilled, respected, well-renowned. People would come to him for like portraits or unique pieces of art. But there was a problem, and that was that his half-orc brother, Mandragore, was this notorious criminal. And all of a sudden, like right out of the blue, Mandragore turned a new leaf and started working to redeem his name, become an upright citizen, be all that he could be, kind of thing. And this was really weird. Like this is like, think of like Hannibal Lecter one day just being like, you know what? No, people are cool. I don't need to eat them anymore. Like that kind of turnaround for this guy. And rumors eventually arose that Hayden was mentally dominating his brother via like spellcraft, and this like whole inquest happened, like, which was weird because like it was good for the community, but it was like, this is really kind of effed up, like what's happening. And the inquest revealed that Hayden was doing this, and nobody likes having a person who's just willing to dominate not only anyone but like their own kin in the society. And that basically like ran him out of town because people were like, is his art that good? Like, are we just being controlled to know it? And it basically, his reputation ruined. He's run out of town. His brother tries to defend him, but ended up getting killed by rioters. And Hayden fled the city in disgust, taking with him only his wife and his newborn daughter. However, several years later, a young woman who bared some very similar resemblances to Hayden's wife began coming into town to get supplies. Her expression always distant, polite, but reserved, quiet, and distant. And the stories say that Hayden's daughter, this woman, Kristen, that you've now met, is also being dominated by Hayden, this bitter old mage.
Could I try and make a check on that?
What do you want to try to make a check on?
See if I can notice on Kristen that she's being controlled, or like, is there any way, based on like any investigation that you were talking about, like had happened, is there anything that I would be able to look into or notice?
I mean, I'm going to say that like your check basically confirms this. That like the thing it doesn't confirm is the dominance of Kristen by Hayden.
Yeah, that.
But all of the other points of this story check out. There's like this, like you're not, to the best of your knowledge, you're not dominated in any way, shape, or form, and the artwork on the walls is spectacular. This girl is the exact like person from the story that you just kind of remembered, and her saying, I can't leave him, he needs me and I need to be there for him, kind of speaks to this in regards to like your understanding of dominance. What seems weird though is the dominate spell, whether you have it or aware of it or whatever. And as an inquisitor, I feel like you would be innately familiar with like charms and dominate spells and things like that.
Yeah.
There's usually like there's initial compulsion, but then there's the chance to break free. And as you have further dialogue with her, it seems like that part never happens. And that's new. Like that's a weird aspect. Like dominate is like for a certain amount of time, this person always does what you're going to say, but then they have a chance to break free of it. Even if you cast it again, they have a chance to break free. And from her kind of conversations, it sounds like that's never an option. Not that she knows she's dominated, but she just never has the chance to be outside of the sort of compulsions of this. And it's not anything gross in the sense of like what Mel and Kane are doing in the other room. It's just this old man that says, "This is my life. You are part of it. You'll always be part of it," kind of thing. That's gross in and of itself. I'm just saying, like, there's no weird other, like, let's not talk about this kind of moment. I just want to be clear about that. So,
Mel and Kane are just cuddling. I don't know where your filthy mind is going.
me neither. I don't know where I'm going either. But, so yeah, so that's, is there anything else you want to ask, or do you just want to rest, or what do you want to do?
I'm looking through spells to see what what I might have, or at least have the ability to get for the morning that might be of some use. But yeah, all right, so I think I understand the situation at this point. And I would like to, and this is just me thinking, I would like to intervene. I'm just not seeing where I would. Yeah. Uh-oh. And I'm probably the most logical one that would have something like that of the group being a cleric.
Well, so why don't you
maybe not.
why
With the
don't you
bard?
give me either a knowledge religion or a knowledge not knowledge, either a religion check or an arcana check, whatever works better for you.
Religion.
And I'll even give you advantage on this because of your kind of connection to the divine and whatnot.
All right, here comes a 3 and a 4. 18
Sweet.
actually.
Okay, so with an 18, you do sense that there is like this latent effect on her, but it appears that like normal kind of dispelling magics would not have an effect. And I assume that this is like you reviewing this to yourself. You're not just like, damn girl, somebody's compelling you to do shit. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, so like
And she's like, no. And people have tried to heal me and it didn't work. So I don't even think I have anything. So, okay.
So,
this is just me thinking that. So, okay. Okay. Then I am also off to bed, but in, some of the time, kind of going to gather everyone together and just, hey, it's only been half an hour. You can't be that asleep. Come here. We have to talk.
I feel like you could probably talk to Savannis about this.
Savannis.
Yes.
But
Savannis.
everybody else.
Savannis. Savannis.
Yeah.
Savannis. Wake up.
What?
Savannis. Wake up. That's 20 minutes. That's but yeah, if I could gather everyone together and just kind of explain the situation, if anyone has any thoughts on it, I'd like to intervene, but I don't know exactly how much we want to deal with this. I'm willing to just have it be we'll nap here and thank them and be on our way. If that's the route we want to go.
I I should probably also share that she has said that she knows it's important to leave here and that she would like to, but that she can't.
I mean, I'm already sleeping. That's literally the first thing I was doing, so I'm not going anywhere.
No, not like after the rest.
Oh, 100%. I didn't mean
We're-
like leave now, don't rest. I just meant
Yeah,
she would
no,
like to
we're-
leave here. Yes, okay.
Yeah, no, we're definitely resting. But, you know, you only need 6 hours of rest in the 8 hours, and I know this, so I'm waking you guys up. I'm reaching my limit because I was talking to her. So I'm going to wake you guys up and then fall asleep like half an hour in, and you guys are all up for another hour. It's like she does this all the time. No, this is the first time. Okay.
We're
So,
all very
does-
mad that we're up.
So we don't trust these people enough. Like we're keeping a watch, is what's happening.
No. Nim just comes and wakes everyone up to gather you around. So that
Hey
it's
everyone,
like,
be careful.
hey.
Good night.
not,
it.
not even just be careful, but like, hey, does anyone have any thoughts on how we should do this? Because, you know, let's get involved in this. And then as we're, you know, maybe if people wanted to like think and brainstorm, Nim falls asleep. So, you know, I get the ball rolling.
Right.
And then
just wake us up out of a sound sleep to brainstorm how we remove a woman from her house who doesn't want to leave.
And you guys still need 4 hours of sleep.
Right.
Right.
Understood. Roger,
Right.
Dodger.
It's like you guys can still cuddle. You're just awake now.
I don't know if they stopped.
No, right. Exactly. And now you're actually even more aware of it, so.
Fantastic. I'm upset. I don't have the same full stomach I did when I fell asleep.
Oh, my digestion was happening, and now it's ruined.
All right. I gotta go see if there's snacks.
So I'm just getting this down. So in the house, there's a main room that had like a table and these chairs and whatnot. There is like a master bedroom, and the master bedroom is clearly where Hayden sleeps. But there's 3 other bedrooms. So how are you guys set up in those rooms? I'm just gonna say that like Kane and Mel are in one. But there's 3 of you, and so and I'm sorry. There's Torrent, there's Mo, there's Sylvanas, there's Nim, and Kristen has a room as well.
Nim can bunk with us.
Nim, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, like I fell asleep, you know, because it didn't end up being that much of a problem, because we only had like 3 people going at a time. But then, you know, once people had to join in, and I woke everyone up and brought everyone together. So Nim fell asleep in one. If Mel and Kane also end up there, so be it.
Okay, all right.
So that's 3 down.
That's 3 down.
Yeah, the frontliners.
Where are the other? And there's no other rooms.
No, there's two additional rooms, and there are so we got Moruk, Sylvanas, Torrent, and Kristen. And Kristen's like,
Oh, okay.
Kristen's like, well, this is my bed, but there is another pallet in here if you so choose.
All right, Torrent. Shack up with her.
Okay.
So, Venice, this is where you make yourself useful. Come on. Come on, you
I'm
Bard.
already asleep.
No, all
Wait,
Bards are
you were
like
the first woken up.
Right.
And I'm going to you, and I'm going to you, and I'm like, I need something to eat. Savannah.
Wait, who are you going? Are you going to Sylvanas and say?
Savannah's. No, you're already awake. We already did this. I don't bullshit me. We went to school together, okay? I know this.
This is not the part you're looking for.
All right. Can you just do something so I can go to the kitchen?
What am I doing? All
Softly.
right. Okay. Hey, how's I roll a what is it? A charisma check and try to, see what happens.
What do you mean?
Hold on. What is
Savannah, you're speaking nonsense.
I know, right? Hold on. Saw this the other day, and I'm like, how do I phrase this correctly? I try to be charismatic with the young lady and distract her so that my
Oh no, she went to sleep.
she went to sleep. Oh God!
Yeah, it's just you and me.
So you're waking her up.
We're rooming together.
Oh God! All right. So what am I doing now?
I love all of this.
What am I doing for you then? Like, I'm trying to understand. Who am I
Get
distracting?
me food.
Trying to either get me food or we need to go to the kitchen.
All right, we'll go to the kitchen.
Apparently, he's your pregnant wife now.
I need to eat.
Apparently. All right, so we're gonna sneak down to the kitchen.
All right. Okay. Can you find any leftovers of like the ox stew?
I'll see what I can do. I'm gonna.
Tom, what do we find?
Yeah. What do you?
Roll an investigation check.
Excellent.
I found my feet.
I'm on this one.
Nice.
19.
19. You find some leftover. It's cold, but you find some leftover stew in like a pot that could just be reheated, maybe.
Oh, good. All right, I'm gonna bring up this pot to the room, and I'm gonna thank Sylvanas. Not really, because I know that I found this. But, he came with me, and then I cast Prestidigitation on this to heat it up, and I'll have that before bed.
Okay. And so it like, and it gets a little hot, like almost like it's too hot to put in your tongue right off the bat. But you figure something else. Maybe you carry like a big wooden spoon or something with you, and you blow it a few times, and it's delicious. It's very good. Unfortunately, you weren't able to find any hot chocolate to go with it, but you have your water skin. You're good.
All right.
So, before that happened, did anyone discuss anything with that, or were they just all so mad that it's like, yeah, the brainstorming? It's just like, no.
No.
In the morning.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
I think better on a full stomach. We just,
Right.
we just found out who's sleeping where, and that was enough cognitive work at this hour.
All
That
right.
was fucking hard enough.
So I do have before.
I just
before
do
everybody
really like.
passes-
So I like how the what we've established is that I come up with ideas, and then give them to you guys, and then it's just like, okay, handle that. Let's do this. I fall asleep, so I'm like the management that like thinks they've got everything under control, and you guys are just the team that ignores it.
I have to say that in Open Legend, in that game, there's a flaw you can take, which is just narcolepsy. So you're like, guys, I have the solution for this. What we're going to do is, and then either the GM can activate it, or you can choose to activate it yourself and get like an inspiration point from it if you choose to do it to yourself. And we have one guy who plays a little girl in the group, and she's just like, I'm concentrating really hard to make sure that no one falls. And then she fell asleep. And so then, like, dropped the entire party. So it's kind of like that.
I did not learn about like narcolepsy as a thing that people can legitimately have until I was in college, when I was taking like a public speaking course, and I had a lot of fun with public speaking because I have a lot of fun being a public speaker. But every time I did one, I was always like, I need to do this. I need to just be like, so everybody, today we're going to talk about, and like get into it and then just drop. Like, just even if it's bang in your face off the podium on the way down, just make it as real as possible. And I never did it. And not last week, but the week prior, I was down in DC giving a presentation. And as I'm standing there in front of this group of like 20 or 30 people, and you can see like they're all engaged, I just had this moment where I'm like, what would I like? How would this go if I just fake it? Like, I just bang my face on the podium, drop down, and just pretend like I'm out cold. And I didn't do it. I feel like I lost a moment. But anytime somebody says narcolepsy, that's what I think about. But anyways,
Jesus.
So
and then
all right.
and then people come up concerned, and you start giggling, and they're like, asshole.
Yeah, you dumb fucks. I got you, and they're like, you're bleeding. Don't worry, it was a good bit. But
it's called
anyways.
Committing to the beat.
If you're gonna
okay,
do it,
I still need an
it.
ambulance.
Oh, so last week, fun story. I don't think I shared this one. Friday night, sitting on the floor, feet on the couch, kind of trying to resettle my back with some like stuff that the physical therapists have told me to do. And my daughter picks up the Swiffer. And she likes to pretend she's mopping things. And that's cool. But what I don't notice is that she's hovering it way in the air and holding it by the Swiffer end as opposed to the handle. And I'm talking to my wife, and my wife suddenly looks up and goes, "Oh my God, no." And as I turn, my daughter has dropped the handle of the Swiffer onto my eye, giving me and crushing it onto my eyebrow, which was good, because if it had been the eyeball, it would have been far worse. And all I know is somebody just assaulted me, so I like reach out and grab the thing that just hit me and stood up, and my gut reaction was to stand up, snap it across my knee, and say, "What the fuck?" And what came out was I said, "What the?" and then realized that my daughter was looking horrified, and I stopped before I snapped the Swiffer. And I said, "We don't do this." And immediately she breaks down, and I'm like, I didn't handle that well at all. But also, but what makes this truly hysterical is about 2 years ago, I think I told you guys this, in the same living room on a Saturday, my wife went to go do the grocery shopping for that week, because we switched back and forth. And I was on my hands and knees with the suction and like the tube from the vacuum cleaner, vacuum cleaning the couch, and my daughter found the extension pole and picked it up like a club over her head and whacked me in the skull with it as I was vacuuming the couch. And I thought somebody had broken in, was attacking me, and I turned around, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like ready to just hurt somebody, and my daughter's like, "Ah!" And I was like, shit. Please don't hit Dad in the head. Just don't hit Dad in the head. I would really appreciate it if you didn't do that. That would be so much better. But anyways, so go to your character sheets, click off long rest. I was debating whether or not I should give this to you, but click off long rest. And as you click off long rest, know that all of the wound markers that you got during the gauntlet have gone away. If you guys had decided to take a short rest, if you had one marker, it was one box from the short rest that you couldn't use. If you had two, it was still one. Basically, it went up by two every time. So if you hit 3 boxes, there were 2 boxes you couldn't use for a short rest. But it doesn't matter, you're taking a long rest. The problem is, as light starts to stream through windows in the side of this farmer's cottage, and as the sounds of morning, early morning, start to roll in, something's not right.
Damn.
And as your eyes are sort of taking the sort of cobwebs and the sort of like sleepies out of the corners, this voice booms out, like akin to when Dumbledore puts the wand to his throat and is like, "Let the games begin!" However, far less cheery. And this voice calls out, feral sounding, saying, "Give us Hayden. Give us Hayden. Turn him over now. But if you don't want to, we'll eat all your flesh." And as you wake up, Nim, I'd like you to give me are you an intelligence or a wisdom-based caster? Wisdom?
Yes.
All right, give me a wisdom save.
Gross. 12.
12's enough. You know this voice. This is the voice of Inquisitor Boreas, one of the youngest inquisitors that was part of the Regessian Empire or army. But if he's here, demanding Hayden, this is the real deal. The voice calls out again. He's like, "Give us Hayden now." And as you guys are waking up, maybe grabbing your gear, doing whatever, you start to hear sounds around the house, like people creeping up on the porch, people creeping up in the back door. What do you guys want to do? Before we roll initiative, I want to give you guys a chance to say what it is you're doing to prep. And don't worry about saying like I strap my armor back on or whatever the case is, because as we've found out in the years that we've been playing 5e, none of that shit matters because 5e just goes rules whatever. So what are you doing as far as prep? Like, are you casting spells on yourself? Are you stabbing yourself in the throat because you're like, I can't survive? Like, what are you doing?
So, as a former Inquisitor, what would I know of, like, the tactics being used? Or, like, what they're, like, would there be anything that would, like, kind of gain me?
Yeah,
like
100%. So you guys are in a house that I've done like a rough map here that is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15. It's basically like 20 by 35. There were 4 bedrooms, a master bedroom, 3 side bedrooms that everybody went to. There's a main room that's kind of the biggest room. We're saying that there was a kitchen, but there's not really a kitchen. Don't worry about it. There is a front door and a back door. And you know that Inquisitors' jobs are to literally get the information and get the job done. And it doesn't matter what the body count is. So if an Inquisitor has come to do something, they have a force with them. That's one. 2, they're going to make sure that if they have the chance to get the drop on you, they're not going to give you a chance to get out, which means as the sounds I said, you heard like creaks and groans around the building. There's probably people all around. And then third, the Inquisitors themselves, generally speaking, are spellcasters that have some unique abilities to them. I think that your training in that may give you some insight. And so I'll let you make. They're Inquisitors, so I'm going to say I'll let you make a religion check, but you don't have advantage on this one.
All right. And then what was the Inquisitor's name?
This was Inquisitor Boreas. Boreus. Boreas.
Boreus?
Boreus. Boreas. Yes.
Okay, cool. So that was a nat 20.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to tell
23.
you several. You know what? With that, I'm going to give you a bunch of shit about this guy because that's fucking great. So, I mean, you may not think that after I share this, but I'm going to share. So,
Guys, with my character knowledge, I have found out that we need new characters.
So Inquisitor Boreas is this like he looks he's an orc, but he's an orc like what were they in Lord of the Rings with
Urukai.
Urukai, yeah, like the most savage of orcs. They look savage. 3-pronged metal claws are strapped to both of his arms, like they're almost like Wolverine claws, but they're just strapped there. And whenever anyone looks in his face, which he wears this like demon skull mask on, and no one's quite sure if it's actually a demon skull or something somebody made, and nobody wants to ask him, that his eyes glow red beneath it. Some fun things about Inquisitor Boreas.
He enjoys long walks on the beach.
He enjoys pina coladas, but not long walks on the beach. He does enjoy holding hands, but if anybody complains about his claws scratching, he says, "Get the fuck out of here." And then, lastly,
The hands he holds aren't attached to anyone.
it's true.
Who holds the hand slap?
He has as an action the ability to rebuke magic. You're not sure how often, but basically he has the ability to just say no to a spell. So if he sees it and he can control it, he can just say to a spell, "Not today."
Here you go, Eric. Fucking blue deck players.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? And I will share artwork of this guy because it's both like bad because it's all sort of like gray and not clear, and also pretty. Actually, let me see if I can do it right now, and I'll just put it in there. Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay. Go back here. Go here. All right. So I just put it in the chat. So I mean, the only person that would know this is Nim, but that's Boreas.
Where?
Underworld Syndicate. I just posted it to it. At least I think I did.
Let's see it in 2.
Hold on. Is this...
General? No?
Did you put it as like the... Like in the...
Is it in the... It's so I've got welcome to... It's a hashtag Welcome to Underworld Syndicate. This is the start of Underworld Syndicate. Working on one.
Are you on the third tab there, or like the book, the journal?
So on my phone, I can't tell. That's
Oh,
that's what the suck is right now. So hold on.
Or are you? Well, that's in Roll20, so you would just be using Discord.
Yeah. So it's in. I'm sorry. So if you look in Discord, is it in Discord? Can you see it there?
No. Still can't see it in Discord.
See it
either.
on my phone, but I can't see it
What?
here. But it's on like a sub chat. thing.
Maybe
It's like
maybe that's why, because it's the phone. So maybe that's why.
you're on whatever this thread is like an offshoot. Like you can make separate threads on a comment. It's like you're within a comment.
Oh.
I think for whatever reason. So
Comment within a comment.
a comment within a comment. Marriage is what brings us together today. But anyways, you guys, like, I'll share it again later. But you guys hear this? There's some poop going down.
Okay, so this is bad news.
You realize, like, this is the least of the Inquisitors, but like an Inquisitor is the real deal Holyfield kind of thing.
I might be a little bit confused. This Inquisitor is here to pick up who?
He is calling for Hayden.
And Hayden is the cranky old man, right? That controls people's mind?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, but if you guys remember,
understanding is that the problem that was so important for us to be woken up for in the middle of the night, i.e., help this woman escape her mind-controlling father, has just pretty much solved itself.
so she doesn't want him taken by
Of course,
this.
she's not going to want him taken, but
and
she'll be better off without him.
Well, and also you'll remember that the Regessian Empire and the Inquisition stormed into Gate Pass to take all of the spellcasters to ensure that they were loyal to the army, which was something that everybody was like, no. And as some of you are spellcasters yourselves, handing over somebody else may not sit well. So up to you.
The ones of us who aren't spellcasters.
I'm pretty sure you cast a spell. I'm pretty sure you cast a spell in the battle. So
I know. I mean, I don't have to necessarily be a spellcaster, but I'm sure some of us could pull off not looking like a spellcaster and be like, "Here you go. We totally agree with you guys. Goodbye. Go back in the house."
Well, I feel so. First of all, it's not the middle of the night. You have a full night's rest.
In the morning.
It is. It's the beginning of the morning. But also,
I'm just saying that Nim had to wake us up in the middle of the night because this was such a big problem.
So what I'm going to say to you guys is this: as this voice booms through the house, you don't need to make a check. This is the effect of the thaumaturgy spell. You guys have the chance to take a couple actions to prep yourself because shit's about to go down. What do you want to do? Kevin, you also know that an Inquisitor, even if they get what they want, are within their full rights to go extremis exterminatus if they want. Like salt and burn kind of thing. Like, we came here for a thing, whatever's in our way or on the sidelines. We don't want.
Even if they got that thing, even if they get that thing, they can still kill everybody, and they're still totally fine with killing everybody.
What I'm saying is Kevin knows that, and Kevin's right next to you, and he's whispering it in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what Kevin's telling me. That
Stop hugging Kate.
I have.
It's likely that they're going to murder all of us just because.
Maybe.
So maybe.
Or
It's something where I would definitely have shared a lot of this stuff. Like, you guys wouldn't know about the specific dude there necessarily. Like I would tell you everything I know after, but I assume that I'm just like, yeah, this is how they operate, this sort of thing. People know
so,
as well,
I mean,
but
you used to be an Inquisitor?
yes.
In training.
Okay,
Inquisitor
so
in training.
all right, so like you might have some sort of camaraderie and be like, yeah, I've been hunting this stupid fool down this whole time, and like just bring him out to him, right? Or would they like want to kill you?
I think that one of Kevin, before you answer, I just want to say this: we've established in this game. No. I think this is important.
Don't answer that, Kevin.
Wait. I think this is important. That like we've established in this game that there is mechanics for attempting to sway somebody to your point of view, right? Like you guys have done that already, where you come into a hostile situation and convince somebody to be other than that towards you. The Inquisitors are basically beyond reproach. Like they're underlings and other people, yes, you can talk to, but like almost to a point, the Inquisitors are beyond that ability. They are so fervent in their belief and their drive that to sway their mind would require like multiple critical successes to do it. It's not impossible, but to do it would be virtually impossible.
So my thought real quick is we try and escape out the back door and get to the fire forest, but the question is, how far is the fire forest?
You guys are about a quarter mile from the fire forest.
That's so far.
If any of you are in a room that will provide you views, I'm looking at like the map of the house, and unfortunately, any views that you would see would be out of the because of the way the map is set up, the southern side of the house, and that though there are windows, it just sort of looks backwards, and you can't see much. You start to hear coughing in another room as Hayden's like starting to get up. And who was in the room with? Oh, it's Torrent. So Torrent's in the room with Kristen. Name. I just want to say Crystal every time, and it's not. So Kristen.
I almost said Crystal, and then it's just like
C-R-Y,
no, because it just
like,
starts with
C-R-Y
it.
is just yeah. So I mean, whatever's happening in that room, who knows? You just hear Torrent go, shh. She kills it now. So what do you guys want to take as far as actions to prepare yourself? Because it seems like shit's about to go down.
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, for sure.
I'm thinking that no. I'm thinking that we're just gonna want to. I don't know. All I'm thinking is head to the back door and try and get to the fire forest, because I don't want to be dealing with this stuff at all with the Inquisitors in the current situation.
It's a fair call, but with your knowledge that I was telling you before, is if they've arrived and they've announced their presence as opposed to just like bashing the door in, you're kind of surrounded. So
oh, absolutely. But
this is 100%. You're going to have to fight your way out. And if Boreas is here, like Boreas is the head of the snake, right? Like that's who's calling these shots. So,
yep.
Like that's what you got.
Well,
Open the hatch and go through the underground tunnel.
Oh shit! I forgot about. No, there isn't one. But
all right. Well,
is there anything anybody needs to do to prep themselves? Mage armor, guidance, true strikes, whatever. Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, yeah, right before I'll throw out a guidance, but
Yeah, I'll throw my mage armor.
I like I said, you hear this call and no one's attacking you in the moment. So if there are things that you want to do to prep yourself, because the shit show's about to go down.
I grab Hayden.
Kane looks at you and goes, "Oh, another." Hayden's
Hayden
still
can
in his
read my
room.
mind. He knows exactly what's about to happen.
Hayden's still in his room. He's like, God damn, Rich. Serious. Life is life. Just.
The one thing I just want to say, like, because this is what I had to explain last night, was just the idea of he's able to mind control people, and stuff like that. So just
like, yeah,
that's my only hesitation with going after him.
It might seem like I'm going after him, but I think if we're not going to sacrifice him, he's going to need to help. So I'm going to let him, and he can mind control. So that might be helpful.
I think what I'll do is give bardic inspiration to each of the other party members, so everyone gets one die to use. But
how long would that take?
It
you
just
do that
says
once per round.
Let me just see. As a bonus action, other than yourself, within 60 feet.
So a bonus action.
Yeah.
So if he can use an action as a bonus action.
So what I'll say is I'll let you before I say what the next thing that's going to go down is. I can let you give it to 3 people. However, where are you guys right now? Are you still in your rooms? Have you come back out to the main room? What are you doing? I know we don't have the map in front of us, but
we're definitely going to come out, consolidate, get prepared. All right. Is the master bedroom by the back door or the front door?
So basically, there is a 5, 10, 15, 20 by 5, 10, 15, a 20 by 20 main room. That's where the fireplace is and the chairs and everything like that everybody can fit into. That's where you were. The master bedroom was just north of that with basically a 10-foot corridor leading to the back door. The back door, you guys start to hear there's somebody rattling by it. The front door, which is just off of the main room that's there, you hear somebody rattling in it. What do you guys want to do? Who's going which way? There's the 10-foot corridor going to the back door. Somebody's at that, and then there's this 20 by 20 room that right in the center of it on the western wall, which would be south because of the way the building's set up, is where you guys have all huddled right now. Hayden's like, I'll do what I can, but please make sure that Kristen's okay. Just get these fuckers out of here.
Perfect.
All right.
I'll grab Kristen.
Slit her throat.
And make sure that Hamage sees me grab Kristen. Or Haymond. Whatever the fuck.
Hayden? Hamage? Homage? Homage? Homo? What?
Too far. 3 words ago.
Far. Oh, stop it.
It's already done.
Foot? Fight? Anyways. All right,
that was a rule.
Those are the rules.
And you're trying to.
That's been
trying too hard.
All right, so who wants to line up at the front door? Who wants to line up in the corridor in the back? Basically, one person could be at the door at the back. Put the bard first.
Yeah, I guess I'll be in the back.
So I think Mel, would you be one of the ones closer to the door? You grab Kristen and bring her right to the door.
Sure, I don't care. I'll go where you want me to. Do you want me to let go of Kristen? I'll leave her with.
I'm thinking so, just because with the ACs being as as they are. If
Yep.
maybe
I'll go to whatever door
you,
you direct me to.
maybe you and Kane,
Unless my brother tells me otherwise.
and then right,
Yeah. Kane's not much of a talker. So
right.
Tonight, at least. Yeah.
in general, really.
All right. Yeah, you and Kane
front
head to the
door?
back and just kind of cover that, and then the other two guys kind of in the middle. Yeah, just kind of covering both sides. I'll do what I can over on the front, and then we'll just have to make sure that we're prepared to kind of help each other as needed.
Okay, so right now I have Kane in the front on the back door, Mel backing him up in the corridor. On the doorway, that's to the it would be this like in a normal map it would be to the south. Who is at the door and around it? Because I've got Kristen and Hayden kind of huddled in the back corner. So that leaves 4 of you. So Nim, Moruk, and Venice and Torrent. Where do you guys want them? Torrent is a support character, 100%. So
Okay. So I will kind of do what I can for the tank in the front. I think Mel will probably be the front in the back.
wait. So do you want Kane as a tank in the back and Mel as a tank in the front? Is that what you want?
No, so they're both in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, I was considering splitting them up, but that I just can't in good conscience.
Or bad conscience for that reason. Okay, fine.
Right. Maybe
Thank you.
that would be
Yeah.
the good conscience thing to do. It's strategy. Please separate from one another for just like 10 minutes, just so we can live, and give us just all a break. So yeah, potentially, maybe have Mel come to the front door. Her and I
Okay.
can be there. Have the 3 in the middle, and have Kane up
Now,
top.
Nim was this. So, okay, so put this over here. Okay.
Can Heyman do his mind control thing? Cuddling, cowering in a corner?
Well, he can't do mind control if he can't see something. But
So
remember,
then he shouldn't fucking be hiding in a back room in a corner somewhere.
but you're not going to send your spellcaster first because if he dies, the effect fails.
Yeah, but like
so-
he is helping, right?
Oh no, he's like, he's like, I'll do it, but I can't.
Yeah. So
okay,
like I expect him to be
So wait,
throwing out spells as guys are coming in. Even if they're canceled out, start wearing down their stuff.
So fun. So we're gonna see what happens, but I want to get everybody lined up where they are. So right now I have Kane in the back, and I have Mel in the front door. I have Nim backing up Kane in the back or backing up Mel in the front.
I think it might be best to back up Kane.
Okay, so you're in the back by Kane in that corridor. Okay, I've got Hayden and Kristen kind of in the back corner of this main room. I've got Mel at the door. I've got Torrent next to her on one side to kind of buff and do as is necessary. And then what I need to figure out is where is Moruk and Savenis in this?
I'm probably going to
In the
be in
middle.
the back.
Right as close to the
So
middle
I'll
as
put
possible.
I'll put you cowering in the back. Wait, so Venice close in the middle?
Yeah, I imagine both of them are like kind of directly in between the front door and the back door. in terms of like as
Okay.
things are guys are trying to come in, they can support
This is
either
all
side.
one. This is all one floor, right?
It's all one floor, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and I will send you guys a picture of how I've placed you guys. And so, what I'll say is this, because I want to do a couple things before we quit for tonight, and we jump into this next week, and you're like, "Oh shit, that's what the map looks like." You guys hear somebody rattling around on the doorway in the front, like trying to open it up. And on the back, you're somebody stepping on the floorboards just in front of or just outside of where the door is. You guys are on the inside. These doors open out. You have the chance to surprise them by hitting them with the door as an attack. The door will do, depending upon your strength modifier, a different DC of damage. So, Melon Cane. That sounds like
Right.
like a medicine or like a drug or something. Melon Cane. Do you want to try and spring the door open and potentially do some damage to the people that are right there? Excuse me.
I mean, yeah, right?
I'm just waiting for essentially Nim. I mean, you're the one who laid out the strategy. So as soon as you give me a whole, head nod. do
Yeah,
that.
I think obviously the two of you, it actually works out really nicely, the two of you at the doors for this, because it'll be in such sync. The
Yep.
doors both get the knobs turned and the doors opened at the exact same time.
My plan is this. I'm going to say it before anybody does anything. You two are going to get a surprise potential attack, provided you do what you do. But your turn, and when everybody in the house gets to go, is going to depend on what you guys roll for an initiative, because the highest initiative roll is where you'll go into the initiative count, because I've rolled for all the other characters. So, are you guys going to do this? Yes? Yes? Yes?
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's start with Kane. I need you to give me an athletics or a strength saving throw, whichever is better for you.
The same. But in typical Kane fashion, just gets a crit.
So I'm gonna allow you to double the damage. What is your modifier?
+2.
All right. So a +1 would be a D4. A +2 is a D6. So as it is a crit, it is a D6 plus your strength modifier.
Am I rolling that?
I mean, if you're doing the jam, do the jam.
So 3.
2d6 plus your strength modifier was a 3.
2d6. So 5.
Plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, it was a 1 and a 2.
Oh my
And then
god!
+2 for a strength modifier. Yes.
Oh my god! Okay, so what could have been an obliteration instead turns into you kick the door open and there is a skeleton standing right there. That skeleton's face was right near the door, and as you kick the door open, it hits the skeleton's face, and it
Bonk.
Scooby-Doo style spins around on the top of his spine, and you deal a total of 5 points of damage?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so 5 points of damage. Okay. And it turns and it's like, ah, 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 ah. And as you do that, a shot shoots at you, coming right at your chest. Ooh, I'll take that. Does a 19 hit Kane?
That's the number.
That is the number. So you are going to take... what the fuck is it? Come on, give me one of them. Yep. This is it? Yeah, that's it. You're going to take 7 points of damage as a crossbow bolt shoots through and pierces you right in the left, like the left shoulder. And this voice crawls out and it goes, "Ah, they're coming off the back! They're coming off the back, Boreas!" At the same time, Mel kicks the door open in the front. And as she kicks the door open in the front, Mel, couple questions. What do you want to roll a athletics or a strength save? What is your better?
Athletics.
All right, roll that, please. And it was...
Also, 23.
All right, so you like a crit 23 or like...
No.
Okay, so you kick the door open with like just force. You just like BAM! What is your strength modifier?
My strength modifier is a +3.
Okay, so at that point, it is a 4, a 6, and 8. So you're rolling a D8 plus your strength modifier.
Okay. And I use my strength modifier for that, not my athletics modifier, which is what I rolled.
Correct. So
Okay.
roll a D8 plus your strength modifier, please.
1d8 plus 3. Eight.
Eight total?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You kick the door open, and you immediately hear this like, "Oh God, why'd you kick me in the nose?" As you kick the door open into a goblin that was trying to pick the door open with a lockpick, doing 8 points of damage. 2, 6. Okay, excuse me. And as the door opens in front of you, you see as this goblin is clutching its nose because you just did this to it, directly to your right is an orc smiling, brandishing like a broad axe, like this big axe, and then directly in front of the all of them is another orc that just smiles at you with this weird, like almost Joker-esque smile, because his face, as it grins up, it sort of wraps around and curls at the top, and he goes, and he grabs a potion and goes, and as that starts to happen, his body goes, and he starts to expand into this bigger and bigger and bigger creature. And I think that's where we'll pause, because it's still all of the rest of your turn, and you can clearly sacrifice somebody else if you want. So throw Sylvanas out there, close the door, and say bye.
Oh.
No.
Are we gonna roll our initiative now, or are we gonna roll that?
Yes. In fact,
Okay.
let's do that right now, and that way I have that so we can start off next week. So everybody roll, and then tell me what the highest number is, please.
Oh.
Nice.
Woo!
Well, remember, you guys act as a group, so
Right. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just whoever
Yeah.
gets the highest.
So far, might be mine.
Yep.
It's
21.
probably usually gonna be.
21. And did somebody
Yeah.
roll for Kane just as well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. 21. You guys are ahead of anybody else that rolled, which means The whole party gets to go before anybody else goes next week.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And we will have a map. We will see all of it. And if you guys don't die, or all of you don't die, we'll see what happens. You guys will level up to level 5, and we will start book 2, because this is the final fight of book 1.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. So I hope you guys are having fun still. I hope it's at least interesting, and we will go from there. And we'll talk to you all next week. All right.
Thank you. Have a good
Very
night.
good.
All right.
Later.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.